Hello again. For the last time, hopefully, we're going to try this permadeath run again. From start to finish, no saves. If anyone watched my last live stream or the video that happened afterwards, or that got posted afterwards, I got absolutely shafted by some very unfortunate luck, I guess you could say. And unfortunately, my run came to an end because of a glitch. I was jumping through the corner of a box like I'd done for the entire run, may I add. And fuck you then. All right, sixth time. Nah. Maybe with the modern controls I might find more success. But yeah, for the entire run, I'd been jumping through the corners, like, up against boxes, without any hassle. But then for whatever reason, I do it towards the end of Natla's Mines, and yeah, glitch into the wall. I tried for like 15 minutes to, like, jimmy Lara out, but I don't know whether or not it's because of the way she was facing or what the deal was, but yeah, she was stuck good. And that run, other than a few hiccups regarding enemies, felt incredibly good. Like, I honestly thought I could have done it last night, or yesterday morning, I should say. Or towards the end, yesterday afternoon, I guess. But yeah, no, I reckon I would have had it. Just a really frustrating sort of thing. But I suppose the thing is, knowing that I can get that far just means that I can do it, right? Just going to do the same I've been doing for the last few times, and we're not going to take it crazy with the risks or anything like that, because it could obviously end badly. And it will also mean that my use of the block corner glitch, or whatever you want to call it, is going to be minimal. I'm not going to use it anywhere near as often as I was, because I don't want a situation where I get stuck again. But of course, I am going to get all not all glitches, all secrets, because that's my little stipulation for this. Does it add time to the whole thing? Absolutely. We're not going for all pickups, so it's not like that really matters. Look, I suppose the thing is, once I had beaten, what was that level? Natla's Mines. It was going to be a situation where I'd just, I'd have Atlantis, and that was going to be the next hardest one. And, oh my god, that was terrible! Yeah, Atlantis would have been a challenge, but provided I can get past the potential softlock, I shouldn't face too much trouble. You're probably thinking, what's the softlock? I will explain it when we get there. I'm saying when, because I know it's going to happen. I've slept really well, so it's not like I need a full day of rest to be able to do this time. You're supposed to be dead by now. But if there's anything I've learnt for the last few, or at least the last one, I definitely will want medipacks, because the Atlanteans are going to prove to be troublesome. What the fuck? Cool. And I think I've worked out a way to bypass one of the really bad Atlanteans. One that always causes me trouble when I play this game. Either because it pushes me off of where I am or glitches me through a fence. Yeah, it's the bane of City of Kamun. If you watched the previous stream, you would have seen me struggle with it. Struggle's probably, yeah, struggle's the right word. You would have seen me struggle with it. It'd be nice, and that's the thing. I don't have a save for any, pardon me, of the later levels. I can't practice them. As in, like, because I suppose I do have saves on my PS3. I could just load up the PS2 version, but... And that's the good thing about PS1, is it has level select. How is it that we're in 2025, a game made in 1996 has level select and can track what you gotten previously, item-wise, in each level, but Aspire can't recreate that in 2025 or 2024? Like, there should be no excuse. It's part of the PS1 game. If they can put save crystals into the PC version, then they should be able to put a level select into it too. You probably hear I keep clearing my throat. I'm not sick, just for whatever reason, very kind of phlegmy. I'm going to go with hay fever, considering it's Australian summer right now. So yeah, despite what I said, I'm going to jump through this corner here, if it'll let me. Yeah, see, that won't get me stuck. I don't know what the hell happened with the corner in Natla's Mines. The only thing I could think of is that it's literally a section you're not supposed to be able to get to. So whether or not that has something to do with it? Oh, now, will this save me time if I jump this way? No. But it will if I do this. Are you kidding me? Yesterday, each time I tried that, it shot me up here. I'm not even going to try and look for the bats. They can come to me. Are you kidding? Nah, Lara, just aim for the one that isn't anywhere near you. LOS apparently is not Lara's forte. Because to me, I'm seeing one bat, I'm fucking shooting it first. Gotcha. I am doing kind of these risky jumps to try and make it quicker for myself. I really should consider not doing that. Although I suppose, considering I know these are... Hang on a minute. Oh no, she can't reach that. I was like, surely I'd be able to like jump up from there. I actually felt like that was pretty cool. Kind of finesse that little thing there. Then I was a goober with that. Swings and roundabouts, I suppose. Did I get that last time? I don't know if I did. Apparently you can jump. Well, yeah, there's no apparently. I know you can. I'm not going to bother. Oh, shit. Damn it, Lara. Please jump backwards when I want you to. Sorry about that. I don't remember that being there. I certainly haven't collected it the last couple of times. I say couple, the last any time. Oh. There we go. But if we're basing the experience on anything, the fact that I've used so much health, used so many health options towards the end, I need every single one I can get. Though I feel like on occasion I was being a bit too, you know, gung-ho with them. And certainly I could probably go with... No, you don't, Bear. And certainly, yeah, I could, what's the word I'm looking for? I could probably hold out and use more large ones, because it seemed I have had heaps of them towards the end. And especially because once we get to proper Atlanteans, not the mummy Atlanteans, mummy Lanteans, okay, mummy Atlanteans, they actually do sort of stand still and attack you. So knowing that, we can kind of get their AI to actually just go for us. 9 minutes. Okay, cool. So yeah, I'm not super stressed. Nice. I expected to dive and shoot just then, but that works just as well. What? And there's probably ways in which I'll be able to speed up some of the later levels that took me a little bit longer. There are certainly instances where I, like, was taking a lot more damage and being absolutely fucked around when I shouldn't have been. Like, I'm pretty sure, at least with a couple of Atlanteans, I'd be able to, like... I don't want to risk death, so... we'll just hide in here like I've always done every time I do this. So yeah, the Lost Valley when I did oh no kills. Yeah, pain in the ass. Darting and weaving between all of these open alcoves, working my way around trying to avoid raptors as well as the T-Rex. I this level, um, Sanctuary of the Scion. There's a few levels which really tested that stipulation, and only a few instances of actually killing things because either doors activate or triggers certain events. I think the first one, mandatory kill. In fact, I'm almost keen to see whether or not that is the case. Oh no, but there's only like three. The three wolves, three raptors. I'm gonna check the kill list at the end of Qualipec once I'm done. I'll keep track of all of the. I'll keep track of all the enemies I kill. I think it's three raptors, three wolves, and then finally Larson. So if, come the end of Tomb of Qualipec, I've got 7 kills, then we know that Larson is considered a kill. Yeah? Sounds good? Cool. That's if I remember, though. And the time will be significantly shorter again because I'll be skipping cutscenes, mostly. There's like 4 or 5 cutscenes, maybe 2 or 3 actually. 3 or 4 cutscenes we haven't seen yet. Because I don't feel like watching them every single time. They blowed out the runtime of the whole thing. And I mean, it is like 7:15. This is going to take me probably about 5 hours if I manage to complete it. I don't really want to be sticking around that long. I'm not going to get the shotgun shell, so I'm not using the gun at all. I don't like it, so it could have been a lot worse than it was. Yeah, I don't like using the gun, so I'm not necessarily only going to do pistols. But I'm definitely not going to be using the shotgun. The Magnums and the Uzis I will use, because I like them. Faster rate of fire. They probably don't do as much damage as the shotgun does, so that would be the reason you'd use that over them. And just like last time, see what I mean? Like, you could easily run over that and not see it. But as soon as you put it... look! I even missed the large medipack. Ran straight over the damn thing. This is like the only instance in the entire game where most of the pickups are like indistinguishable from the environment. The only time that was also the case that I can recall, because I struggled to find said items, was in Tomb of Tehokan, where one of the rusted keys that you need to get through to the long slope is like kind of like, at least in the remaster, was tiny and it blended in with the floor. And I'm pretty sure that's part of the reason they patched it. They made the keys a lot bigger so that people could actually see them because they were missing them. So I just got a message from the group chat with my 2 best friends. My sister recently picked up a book that we all read back in high school. And it's a book that one particular line we've quoted almost every single day since the time we read it. And for the longest time, we couldn't remember what the book was called. So I was in year 10 when I read it, as was my friend James and Tom. All three of us read it. And there's this scene in it where the guy who's got some like a group of friends, but he's kind of a bit of a bigger guy. Everyone sort of who isn't friends with him sort of picks on him. Even his best mate picks on him, sort of thing. And this one girl takes either a pitying interest or whatever the deal is. Couldn't remember her name for the many years. Couldn't remember any of the characters' names, quite fairly. And they're sitting in the car. She has green hair. And he's looking at her being like, oh yeah, I want to ask her out, sort of thing. And they're going on this school field trip. Or, yeah, whatever. There's multiple different field trips that you could choose to go on. And his friends want to go on one thing, but he wants to go wherever this girl is going. And she's saying, oh, I want to go to Bird Island. And, fuck! Okay, well, there you go. There's the first time anyone has seen me fail that run and jump. Yeah. Field trip, excursion, whatever you want to call them. It was an Australian written book, read in Australia, by Australian kids. So I'm going to say excursion because that's what they were called here. But basically a field trip. And, so his mates want to go, his friends want to go to fucking wherever. She wants to go to this place called Bird Island. And he's like, oh, well, I really like this girl. If I go to Bird Island, it sounds like a lovely time. I'll get to hang out with her and maybe get my dick wet, pretty much. Is there a quicker way to get here from... Oh, yeah. Fucking, what am I doing? I thought about it last night when I was, this morning when I was rewatching my stream. It's like, cool, I can just do this. This is quicker. Anyway, yeah, she's like... So she's going to Bird Island. He wants to get his dick wet, so he's like, I need to work up the courage to ask her to go to Bird Island. And he doesn't manage to do that. But they're sitting in the car, and he's trying to work up the courage to, like, ask her to go to Bird Island. Before he gets the chance, she does it. Now, we always poke fun at this scene because it's kind of ridiculous. And it's really, like... Because in general, it's not, like... Is it a good book? I don't know if you can call it a good book. It's not bad, I suppose. Or at least I can't remember. Why is it... Seems to have a problem with me going that way, so I will swim round here and I will go back that way anyway. That's the first time I've seen that happen. Yeah, so she asks him to Bird Island, and we always quoted it because it was kind of ridiculous, and she puts her hand on his elbow, of all things, and says, come to Bird Island with me. Now, because of how hilarious we found that particular exchange to be, because it's nowhere near the realm of actually something that would ever happen, because who would put their hand on someone's elbow? Like, if I was, like, trying to talk to a girl that I was interested in, or a girl's talking to a guy, it's always going to be a hand on, like, the top of the arm, like the bicep, or maybe they'd touch the forearm, depending on how you're sitting or whatever. But, yeah, it was touch the elbow, which we always meant as, like, grab the elbow aggressively, and come to Bird Island with me. Which, anytime something, like, there was a pause in, like, the conversation afterwards, anytime we said it or did anything, we'd just be like, come to Bird Island, which eventually devolved into Bird Island, and just Bird Island. Yeah, we would just say Bird Island in the end, and we knew exactly what we were trying to communicate to each other. It was very funny. But yeah, so for the longest time, not only did we forget the book, we tried so many times to find out what the book was called, because we couldn't remember. And every time you'd search up Bird Island book or something like that, you'd always be met with, like, a National Geographic or some shit type yeah, just talking about like, okay, yeah, bird habitats and all that sort of thing. And so, yeah, we tried Come to Bird Island with me. Green hair girl says come to Bird Island or some crap like that. To the point where at this stage, I had been, like, we were in year 10. So that was 2007. For over a decade and a half, we've been looking for this book, right? Nearly 20 years. The last time I took any like long time to actually look at it or to look it up was in 2020. I was with my friend James, and I brought my PS4 to his place in Sydney because it was post, like, sort of in between the 2020 and the 2021 COVID lockdowns, right? And he was, because he didn't have a PS4, so he couldn't play The Last of Us 2. So I was like, okay, I'll bring it. I'll sit and I'll watch it, and because that's what I did the first time he played the first Last of Us, is I brought the game because he had the PS3. Anyway, while he was playing the game, I spent the better part of 3 hours trying to find this fucking book. And it wasn't just, that wasn't the only time we'd spent any time doing it. James had done it, Tom had done it, my sister had done it. All four of us had spent so long trying to find this one fucking book, only because of the fact that when we were younger, or when we were in high school, we started this in-joke where we would just start saying, come to Bird Island with me, after any sort of fucking awkward thing was ever said, or there was a lull in the silence, right? So it got to the point where James was like, I need to know what this is. I am probably going to make a Reddit account. I was like, okay, why? And he's like, there's apparently this page, or this subreddit, where you can ask questions and people will find you an answer to whatever you're looking for, right? So I was like, okay. And eventually, like, so he was talking about that whenever it was. November 2023, he finally does it. And he's like, okay, I've made my Reddit account, and I'm going to ask the question on the TOMT Reddit, subreddit. I said, is that going to work? He's like, yeah, probably. We weren't sure. I didn't have much hope, because it's like, it's such an obscure such an obscure thing. And he was asking questions. He was, saying, oh yeah, we remember it being cringe, and they're sitting in the car, and a green-haired girl says, come to Bird Island with me, and he beats, he kills a whole bunch of birds and all that kind of crap. That was his description. Within 30 minutes, we had... Well, that was very close. Within 30 minutes, we had an answer. And it was Hunters and Warriors by Justin Darth. Couldn't tell you why it was called fucking Hunters and Warriors or anything like that. I think it's part of, like, a quote towards the end. In any case, we finally found the book. Now, we had talked after James had made this post, and we'd gotten our answer about, like, getting a copy. And we joked that our high school was the only place you could get it, because they had so many copies of it for, all of us to read. Whether or not that's true, I don't know. But the point of the matter is, I overshot that jump, so I must have to do a standing jump across this. Oh, what are you worried about? Of course you can. Yeah, so we joked that, that was the only place we were ever going to be able to find it. Fast forward, 2 years later, I get a message from my sister, who's taken a screenshot of the post that James has put, because his username was Bird Island, and talking about, like, how our friend group would quote that one scene. She asked if it was me who had made the post. I said, no, it was James. And she's like, oh, Hunters and Warriors. Yeah, I remember now. And it's like, yeah, of course we all fucking do now. Nearly 20 years, of course we're all going to remember the name from now on. she's like, I'd like to read it again. I said, I don't know if you could buy it anywhere. We looked and we couldn't find one available, and we're pretty sure the only ones are from our high school. They're the only place you're going to be able to get this book. But as it turns out, she went into a secondhand bookstore and found it. And it arrived today. And the first thing she did when she got it was tell me that she had it, and she took a photo of the exact line that we've been quoting for the better part of 20 years. The characters' names, Bass and Natasha. Natasha puts her hand on Bass's elbow and says, "Come to Bird Island with me." So yeah, that's what I was laughing at. I took that photo and I shared it with Tom and James, and yeah. Now the question becomes, do I read the book again? Probably. My sister's bought it. She's going to let me borrow it at Christmas time when I visit her. That's not what I hoped to do just then. So yeah, that's a story from my life. It's just bizarre. Like, we should have been able to remember that book. At one point, because I deal with the teacher that assigned that book to us, like the teacher that assigned that book to us back in high school, I deal with him regularly through work. Or I say regularly. It's been a while since I've seen him, but I used to deal with him for a lot through work. And so at one point I was like, next time he comes in, I'll just ask him. But then I thought, or I wondered, how do I even bring up what the book is called? It's just like, oh yeah, at some point they say, come to Bird Island, and the guy kills a whole bunch of birds. Like, that's what I would have had to tell him. Well, 7 kills. Okay, so Larson counts as a kill. That's good to know. So in theory, if I've got this right, and I don't think I've got it wrong, Larson and Pierre are the first 2 mandatory kills. I don't believe that the doppelganger counts as a kill. I'm not checking it, so there's no point in looking that up. The torso creature and the Scion. So 4 mandatory kills. So yeah, it's that's what I was looking at. The message I received on my watch was from James laughing or reacting to the photo that I sent that said, come to Bird Island with me. And finally, the quest is over. See, it's a funny thing, though. I think we've all got this idea in our head that the book is crap, or at least it was crap, because it was a something that we had to do for English. But it must have been okay, because I never used to read any of the books in our English classes at school. I hated reading. Well, I say I hated reading. I didn't like what they assigned us. I didn't see the point in what they assigned us, so I never used to read it. I liked what I liked as far as books were concerned. And and yeah, the books that we would read never really appealed to me. I'm sure if I tried to read them again now, I probably would enjoy the majority of them. Like, I really get the feeling that if I properly gave To Kill a Mockingbird a chance. I'd probably enjoy that. I probably would also enjoy Cloud Street. I 100% enjoyed Shakespeare. Of all the things that I probably could have not liked, I enjoyed reading Shakespeare. Was it, like, hard to understand? Absolutely. But I did enjoy the books or the Shakespeare plays that we had to study. Wow, I've never done that before. Now, the reason I'm leaving Pierre there is so he doesn't turn up later. I'm sure I've pointed that out before, and I'm sure if you've watched anybody play this game, they will have said the same thing. Gonna go out the way I came. Again, not picking up shotgun shells. I'm not using the gun, so there's no point. So yeah, I was quite fond of the ones that we studied. Oh, pardon me. And not everyone studied the same one. So I studied Hamlet, Midsummer Night's Dream, Taming of the Shrew. And I'd say most people like Taming of the Shrew. Because most people like 10 Things I Hate About You. Which, if you didn't know, is a modern retelling of Taming of the Shrew. Patrick Verona is Petruchio of Verona, which is what his name is in Taming of the Shrew. I'm trying to remember the rest of the characters' names. Can't remember. And the reason I did that is because my sister's the one primarily watching this, I would imagine. And she loves it when I do glitches. Now, for this one, I've seen people land on that, land on the thing to Atlas, and then land on the next thing down. This is the way I do it. What I might do just quickly is heal up here to full health. I find this to be the quickest way, and it's just the easiest to tank the damage because you're going to try and do this as quickly as possible, right? That there. Flip here. Great. And that's how you do it quickly. Gonna do the switches and work my way up. Should be in spot. Nice. And then what else did I do? I can't remember what I did in year 10. Oh, yes. I can. I feel like it was... No, King Richard III, I think, was year 12. Was it Othello? No, I know I did Othello. Um, Merchant of Venice. Merchant of Venice might have been year 10, actually. Merchant of Venice, Othello, and King Richard III. Each one that I studied, I quite enjoyed, especially Othello and King Richard III. And yeah, they were good. I remember kind of liking A Midsummer Night's Dream as well. Um, we had to, as part of, I wouldn't even say an assignment, but kind of, I guess, um, sort of reenact or do a scene. But there was only three in my group, and we wanted to do the scene where the king and the king and queen fairies are arguing with Puck in the background with fucking the other, what's her name? I spent a night modernizing it, translating it so that it actually made some level of sense in it. And me and my friend Jess, or old friend Jess, we were the king and queen. She wore this lovely dress because the whole point was we were fancy, right? And I wore a blazer to simulate wearing a suit, right? And then the other guy that we had with us, he was also wearing a blazer to make it look like he was suited up for, as a. And he played both the part of Puck and the other fairy, whatever that character was called. I quite enjoyed that because she looked really lovely in that dress. Remember how I said I wasn't going to be making any silly, like doing any silly things on the off chance that I died? Yeah, I keep doing silly things, hoping that I don't die. Oh, I missed Thor. Another glitch. I maintain every time I play this that that the last revelation did it right with pushing blocks. Like just only having to like push forward or backwards once and just hold action until you're until you finish pushing. Arguably, that's the only thing they did right. I really did not. I don't think I enjoyed Last Revelation that much. I think the fact that it was entirely set in Egypt really soured the experience for me. Like, because what I like about Tomb Raider is the globe-trotting adventure, right? It's why I also like games like Uncharted, because again, it's a globe-trotting adventure. It just is that, right? Oh, excuse me. No, I can't start yawning now. Damn it. Yeah, shut up. So yeah, thanks for listening to me reminisce about various things. I don't very often talk about my life, so it was good to it was good to do so. Can I get 3 again? No. Oh well, don't need it. Cool, cool. Shit, 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 shit. Yeah, we're going to try these keys a different way this time. Because I'm going to see if I can jump in front of the door before it opens, save myself a little bit of time without having to run around it, you know? Oh well. Cool. Ignore the Legend of the Gibbos. I am going to do what I tried last time to shorten the level. Because I don't think there's any real need to do it completely. It's not like... Yeah, it's not like I need to. What this is supposed to be is a permadeath, and I just want to get all the secrets because I like doing them. I like showing off that I know the game. And can you blame me? When you've been playing the game for as many years as I have, why not want to be proud of the knowledge you have about it, right? Shotgun shells, which I don't want. Yep. That was close. I honestly thought I might have ended up back on the bottom. I still am astounded that this would even be considered. Like, if I swap this, the fact that it's big enough that you could climb up, why wouldn't you think that you could? Right? Admittedly, it's just some shotgun shells, but still. Yeah, just some shotgun shells. And I have so many medipacks now that if I do this correctly, I won't have to use many of them until, yeah, until like Egypt or some shit. I'm doing what I can to avoid, like I might do a couple more block corners, but I'm not gonna fucking risk it again. Not after last night's debacle. Like I did. Oh, sorry, I say last night. Yesterday's debacle. It's one of those things where it's like it shouldn't have happened. It should not have happened. I've played the game enough to believe that it shouldn't have happened, yet it did happen. And the fact that I was like 3 hours and 40 minutes in when it happened, it's just, in fact, not even 3 hours and 40. I feel like it was 3.5 hours, meaning that Atlantis probably would have taken me 45 minutes perhaps. It is the longest level of the game, depending on how you do it, of course. The fact that I probably only had like an hour left, and that's all I had. So we're going to say 4.5 hours to do this, the way I'm doing it. Oh no, I'm not going to risk that. The last thing I'd want is to be standing on that, and for whatever reason, the game decides that that counts as killing me. Where are you, Pierre? Where the fuck are you? Good, fuck off. Now, let's see. 6 times. My favorite secret, here we go. Or one of my favorite secrets. Fantastic. First go this time. So yeah. To get bloody fucked up in the last... how many minutes? In the last hour, pretty much. Because there was a glitch I was going to do to skip the big black dude. Like, I just... Yeah. I was just in a room like this. Watch it fucking happen again. I love it because you're not obviously supposed to get the block there. Oh well. I'll no doubt do it again, but I'm not going to do it in that spot again, knowing that that can glitch me into the fucking wall. See, if I had known about it, I wouldn't have done it. That's the annoying thing. And I thought about restarting the level and doing it again, but then it's like, no, we said one life. I'm not going to skimp out on the challenge because of that. What I might do this time, though, when I get to Tehokan, is just skip the Atlantean centaur that comes to life at the... Oh my god. Because that takes up time that I don't need to use, and I can't run into the temple, so... That might be something I skip this time. Eight minutes 45. That was good. Pardon me. I'll do the same again as I did last time. I'm going to kill all these enemies first because they will be troublesome towards the end of the level when I get the last lead bar. Cool. The only ones I didn't kill were the ones down there, and that's fine. As long as I don't have a whole heap of enemies that I have to think about, I'm quite happy with whatever gets left to me, right? Where are ya? Come on. Gorillas. Channeling my Clayton. Now I got told I had good platforming when I did this yesterday. Though I don't have my cheer squad on tonight. But that's fine. She'll be watching, hopefully, when this is done. But see, that's the thing. If I can do this with tank controls, then anyone can do it. And you can argue all you want about modern controls being really good, but if I can do this and do it with that much precision that, you know, most of the time I won't even need the to do the walking or anything like that. It's like, then anyone can do it, quite honestly. Come on. We're going to corner bug because I want that medipack. Okay, turn around a bit more, Lara. Oh, shit. I expected, because I was holding down walk, I expected that to end. Oh, well. I just get to show off my platforming again. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Clearly, there's room for improvement. Although, to be fair, I got it perfect last night. Or yesterday. See, there you go. And then we go 1, jump across here, jump across there, jump across there. Pretty well exactly where I want to be. There we go. I'm in. Yeah, spikes first. We'll do spikes first, and then we'll do the flames. I remember doing my all kills, oh sorry, no kills, and having to use that gate to trap enemies or get away from enemies or something. This level took so long because of that. Now, is this going to stuff me up? No, we're good. As I said, do my best to save time where I can, so hopefully I can get out. Yep, thank you. I got a little bit scared there. And I reckon each instance of me doing that particular box trick will give me some level of PTSD for the next however long. Actually account for that just then, so that could have been deadly. I might have to get up and get a drink of water soon, try and clear my throat. Now, to go back to that platforming I was talking about. And just a quick hop, just in case. Yep. Perfectly timed. I am the best at this game. I know I'm not the best. Not necessarily. I like to think I am. Do I have another monkey around here? And by monkey, I mean gorilla. Guess I don't have to worry about it now. I was pretty happy with that little finesse there. I really do like that if you know what you're doing, you can make the acrobats in this game look really good. Didn't think I'd make that. Hey, look, so far so good. I think I'm making good time. And so, yeah, I quite like this secret because of how it asks or requires you to like use the environment or be, you know, it's a puzzle solving the environment, right? I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but I do like it. Excuse me. Now, I am yet to deduce a way to drop down here without losing any health. I've tried going all the way to the right before, and like you still take a little bit of damage. I actually don't think it's possible. Oh, far out, really? There should be a small medipack. Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get that water soon. Maybe when I finish this level, I'll go and get it. So yeah, I backflipped off there on attempt number 1. It was terrible. Don't trust myself to not get it right, so yeah. Oh. Okay, we're making our way to the top of, like, above the entrance to the pool. And I'm going to do the same thing I did yesterday and not trigger that lion. Which also means I don't trigger the music. So if the music plays, I've done it wrong. I was pressing to the right. Sorry, the left. Yep. I just find it funny to have an enemy just standing there not doing anything. Because it's not even like the level's designed wrong or anything like that. It's just, it's so easy to... Oh, pardon me, I farted. Probably the only thing about what I've done is that those lions are still alive. Okay, that lion can live for the time being. Until I get such time, until there's such time as I have a fucking look at it. Yep, there we go. Ah, it's underneath me, so that ain't gonna happen then, is it? Ah, you poor fool. Yep, run away, run away. Make it easy for me when I go to kill you. Lion, just standing there. Like I say, I just love it when, you know, things don't go right with the game. I mean, I intentionally did that, but you know what I mean. Don't be starting that, Tom. So yeah, if you do no kills with that, there's like 4 lions running around and about 7 gorillas, plus these 2 that you're about. Oh, that was that one from before. That was pretty good. Yeah, that kind of scared me a bit. Scared is the wrong word. Startled me. Yeah, plus these 2 more gorillas that are now going to be active from me running in there and opening this gate. And this is going to be secret number 3 in here. I'm curious. Will it actually let me go in there? No. So you obviously are supposed to think that those are inaccessible, but yeah. Look, old graphics, you'd never see that switch. You would never see it. You'd have to have, like, eagle eyes or whatever. But so easy to see in modern because of the way that they have done it. Now, I'm sure I've said this before. Chime goes on, we leave because there's no, like, this is the most troublesome clang clang door section. 2 of those together over a pit of spikes. Nah, it's like I've had to, in my previous ones where I've gotten all the secrets, save just in order to also get that, to get all the pickups. It's not worth it, and it's certainly not worth risking in a permadeath run. Now, it's been years, as I'm sure I've said, since I've played Anniversary. But I remember being very impressed with Midas's Palace in that. Because they don't call it Palace Midas, they call it Midas's Palace. And I was like, I remember being like, oh, what they changed the name for? And it's like, they didn't really. They made the name make more sense. Oh, fuck. Keep farting. I'd be curious to see whether or not the mic picked that up. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So, I remember being very impressed with it. But it has, like, I played Anniversary the year it came out, so 2007. I haven't actually played it since. Other than when I borrowed the game from a friend who I don't talk to anymore. Which, we won't get into that. Now, I almost died here with this lion. That was actually not too bad. I think the only thing with this... Oh yeah, it looks gold there. It doesn't look so gold there. Which is why I understand why most people would, like, just go for the lead bars, right? And think that's what you needed. And this level's going to have taken the longest out of all of them so far, so... Pretty sure. 21 minutes. Okay, that's not too bad. I've been wondering, and I was speaking to my sister about it earlier today. Or was it yesterday? Later yesterday. I can't remember. About whether or not I do 2 and 3 permadeath, since I know them kind of well. I reckon number 2 I could do. The only struggle is going to be all of the fucking gunner enemies. Because there are so many of them. So many dudes with guns that just shred your health if you... Yeah, they just shred your health if you don't know what you're doing. So you need, and that's that's why New Game Plus wasn't as challenging. Well, I mean, it kind of is. Okay, New Game Plus in Tomb Raider 2. Getting all the secrets gives you medipacks, so it's well within your interest to do it, right? Oh, oh Pierre, nope. How embarrassing that was. Holy crap. This is all shotgun shells in here, isn't it? That'll be fine. If I can avoid... Nah. I was going to say, if I can avoid Pierre shooting me more and more, then I will, but apparently not, so we're going to let him just stay there, doing his thing. Didn't want to use 1.5 medipacks, but what can you do? That's why I've been collecting them. So I don't have to stress about not having health. It's just for a couple of instances coming up that I don't want him around for. Man, if I had a rat that big in my house, I would burn down the house. Having had a rat living in the house, disgusting fucking things. But yeah, no, to even see one that big would be like, nah, this is it. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, no, I had friends visiting and they complained is the wrong word, but they were saying about how there was like scratching in the ceiling. And they're like, oh, I think there's a possum in there. And it's like, how the fuck would a possum get in here? And it's, yeah. Oh, there you are. Come on. And so, yeah, they were convinced it was a possum. It was like, oh, okay, fair. So we looked in about how did it get in, and we couldn't work it out. And eventually we're like, oh, we don't know how we're going to fix this, so we didn't bother. Fast forward a few months later, we start noticing like different food items being eaten, and things having moved with no discernible reason as to why. Not like moved around, but like knocked over, and then like rustling noises and all this sort of thing. And it's like, okay, well, if it's a mouse, it's making way too much noise for a mouse. But even still, given I thought it was a mouse, I put a mouse trap where I thought it was. And the best way to describe what I saw is that it was making various nests everywhere. It had eaten a heat pack and had moved most of that into a drawer. So they could sleep in there, I'm guessing. And one night I hear rustling or movement on the bar, and so decide I'm going to go out and check. Now the stupid thing with that is, I wasn't wearing any form of eyewear so that I could see what was actually fucking happening. And it was dark. I didn't turn on any lights because I had hoped to just see it. And as I move close to the bar, before I even get a chance to see it, it obviously sees me, and it scurries away. Knocks over a bottle that fell onto the floor. Now, thankfully, it was only a small bottle, but still. And didn't hear hide nor hair of it again. So it's like, okay, well, something big-ish to be able to knock that over is moving around the house. Let's get some rat traps. And we did. Because we put down 3 rat baits. It ate all of them and didn't die. Unless there was multiple rats, but I don't think so. So yeah, 3 rat traps. 3 rat baits. We put down 2 rat traps. One of those traps finally caught a rat. Big fucking thing. So yeah, the point of this story, horrible, disgusting things. If they grew to be that big in the game, I just pointed to the left. Not like you can see me point to the left. I don't have a camera. I've just put my hands up like, oh my God. Oh, I need the water up for this, yep. Which we are about to do. Yeah, so if I ever saw a rat as big as what was in the game here, I think I'd just be like, nah, fuck that. Can't stand vermin. Not that I'm afraid of them, they're disgusting. And no doubt if someone's watching this and they like rats or mice, they'd be like, no, they're cute little animals. It's like, fucking, have you looked at their teeth? Their teeth are fucking disgusting as. Oh, fuck off, Pierre. I was thinking to myself, where's the second secret? In a game I've played plenty of times before, and I'm like, where's the secret? Like, that could have been bad if there was a platform there. The fact that there are people that manage to drop down here and do this shit safely is absolutely astounding. The problem is, though, they softlock themselves. Because you're not supposed to come down here. Like, you're meant to see the spikes and be like, you know what? I'm not meant to drop down here. Find out what the puzzle is. But then again, if the key is there, why would you need to? I've never tried it. Now's not the time to try. Yeah, we're going to get that small medipack. I didn't get it last time, but a little bit of extra health never hurt. What I am going to do this time, though, is not do what I did with the switch that opens up the door to the lions, because that was stupid and a waste of my time. I'm also not going to be... Oh, are you kidding me? I don't remember there being another one there. I'm also not going to do what I did last time and jump through that block. I'm just going to push it because it looked like I wasn't going to be able to get through or back through the last time. So, rather than put myself in a position to get stuck again and fail, we'll just be normal. And how much does this give me? It's only 50 a time. Yeah, okay. I swear I picked up more Magnum clips than that. Yeah, I'm not going to put myself in a position to get glitched and stuck again, so... Yeah. Okay. Bruh, look at this dude. Sorry, lioness. Now, don't do the switch this time. Just pull this out. And down we go. I've never done that before. I didn't realize it started you on solid footing. Actually, I'm curious about something. I really like the photo mode for being able to see shit that you're not supposed to be able to see. Okay, it's just the top. Some people may argue, and it's been a while since I played Anniversary, so I can't really remember, but some people may argue that combining Tehoken and Tomb of Tehoken in the system was a bad idea. I disagree. I think it makes perfect sense. This level is almost too similar in a way. And not that I know or will claim to know what Toby Gard thinks, but I would imagine he'd agree. Like, you don't need to have both of them. It almost feels like having the extra one just to say that you've got it, right? Like, it's just reeks of we added it because we needed to have a X amount of levels, you know. That's how it comes across to me. Whether or not that's actually the case. Pardon me. Come on. There we go. Now, I'm not looking forward to this. This particular section can be quite bad if you do it wrong. Especially getting to that door. Or that doorway, I should say. Oh! What are you doing? No, I do think this is very cool. Because, like, what would possess you to think, okay, there's like 3 different colored tiles. Let's stand on all of them, and this will produce us a secret. Again, a secret that expects you to know how to work the game. Plus, it gives you the a task to do in so much as finding the optimum way to, or the way to actually open up the door. Like, to me, that's a good secret. That could have been bad. Okay, so that closes the door down below so that you can't just swim into it. Kind of makes sense. Hey up. Bite you. Come on, lion. Now, if there was a way to skip this, that would be good. I don't know of one. Like, not that I'm aware of anyway. I don't think I'm going to struggle. At least I hope not. After this, we only have 6 more levels. So I'm more than well past half. Though that being said, we are well past half of the first half being substantially shorter than the second half. Oh god, I shouldn't have pushed that. I should have just turned around and start fucking shooting. Where are ya? Came out of there, which I'm sure is going to have some fucking good ammo. Yep, that's what we like. Good ammo. Well, that was a nice try. Do I have medipacks in here? Nope. Damn it. Kill. I do like the boulder is visible. That's pretty funny. Oh, I'm running out of things to talk about, everybody. Not that anyone's watching. But as I said, I never really expected anybody to watch it, so... Like, I watched about an hour of my previous one, just because. It's good to know, like, how I sound and how I engage with the content as I also play, right? Oh, because like this is so like not the kind of thing I would normally do, right? Now I like this secret for the way it's hidden. Most people will never find it because they're too busy looking at the thing that it does just there. But I also like how it's a jumping puzzle. You engage with it as you were supposed to. Get both. Beautiful. But the game purposefully tricks you into not being able to get it. Or at least tries to stop you from getting it by doing a panoramic shot like that with the open mouth, which is pretty cool. And then it's hidden off to the left. Like, you would never, the first time you play it, ever find it. Unless you were deciding to just randomly jump across to the sides. Oh, that's water. Yeah, let's drop into that. Because this is Tomb Raider 1, where there is no shallow water for wading in. So we can drop into water like that. Okay. Now I need to use the bathroom, and I also need to get myself some water. So what's going to happen is I'm going to let the next couple of cuts... Come to life, I'm not fighting you.
A little late for the prize given, no? It is city bad which counts.
Yeah, I'm not doing anything about that. I'm pretty sure the first cutscene is literally just something that if I do skip it, it'll bring up the status screen. So, considering, oh, it might give me enough time. But if not, we'll just let that happen, and we can sit on the you can sit on the screen for a bit. I'm gonna get one lot of these Magnum rounds. Yeah, fuck it. I'm not gonna get the rest of it. Okay, I'll be back in a sec.
Here lies Tehokan, one of the two just rulers of Atlantis, who even after the curse of the continent had tried to keep rule here in these barren other lands. He died without child, and his knowledge has no heritage. Look over us kindly, Tehokan.
All right, I'm back. That wasn't too long, was it? We'll find out when I go back through the footage eventually. Okay. Oh, fucking cables. Tangled to shit on me. All right. Okay. Now, I have died there before. Could have always not just done that. Oh well. What's in there? Is it worth me jumping in? Yeah, small medipack. Oh, and Magnum clips. Yeah, it was worth it. Gosh, I love the remastered graphics. Actually putting real hieroglyphs on this. At least I assume they're real hieroglyphs. I've never really looked into it. That's right, I'm going to have some water. Oh, fuck yes. Fuck you. If you could die now, please, that would be fantastic. I'm curious, as I always am with this. Oh, yeah, they do actually have the back of the Sphinx in here, so if you could make it... Okay. I'm going to skip the key, though. Oh, hello. I'm not going to bother with that. Because all of the secrets are in the next room. And considering you can jump through this, and it's just a matter of finding the spot that's in the... Yeah, see, there we go. There we are. Just saves all the running and jumping about. And I think it doesn't... Oh, no, it does activate that dude. Oh, what am I doing? Yeah. Take what I can get with this stuff, because sometimes the game isn't fair with what it gives you. Oh, what am I on about? What I mean is sometimes you'll take more damage than you expect, so it's better to have the extra if you can have it. So I may as well have it. It's designed to be taken, so I'll take it. Wish there was an easier way to get up to where I need to go for this. Ooh. Oh, I would have fallen into water if I fell. That's not too bad. Now, as we established in the last stream, the Atlantean mummy does not spawn if you don't land on a certain tile. So what I'm going to try and do is corner through this block, well, not this block, but the block up there, flip the switch, and then corner through the other side, so that then I can just pull the block and run towards that platform of fucking things. Sounds like it could work if I get it to work, so... Fuck. I did wonder if that was going to be an issue. I didn't even think. Fucking hell. Okay. Well, thank you for watching. I'm going to give this another try another day or another night or something like that. I haven't worked it out yet. I will, but I will. Eventually I will get this. I'm sure I will. But at least now I know that I can't do that because I jumped too far. You know, the funny thing is, I literally thought just as I was jumping, that's going to go too far. I'm going to fall to my death. And what happened? Exactly as I thought. Just, all right. Well, like and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Have a good night.